I am taking on the VMAX challenge. In order to complete it, I need to build a deck and win at least once with every single Pokemon VMAX. In order for the win to count, I need to have taken at least one prize card with the featured Pokemon VMAX or deck my opponent out. Will I be able to do this, or will I rage quit? Watch the video to find out. If you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by Photon Store, TCG Player, PokemonCard.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of the VMAX challenge. Cheers, Sharted. Right on time indeed, Victor. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're live with me on Twitch, we're gonna be playing with VAPOREON VMAX, which is a Rapid Strike Pokemon, which is very nice. That means we can utilize the Rapid Strike energy, and with a max torrent attack, which does 100 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack does 100 more damage. So obviously we're gonna want to play Zigzagoon to get our damage counters going. We are going to want to play the Inteleon line in order to set up. And once again, I keep getting comments that, ooh, playing Inteleon is so boring. It's like, what would be even more boring is just having to concede every single game, you know? The Inteleon line helps me set up the VMAX. So if you don't enjoy watching Inteleon, like, I don't know what you expected with the VMAX challenge. Inteleon is just a very good card and it facilitates a lot of good stuff, right? A lot of decks, so we're gonna continue to use it. Okay. So that seems right for Pokemon and Energy. I do end up always missing Crobat, don't I? Or not always, but sometimes. Definitely want to play Melanie and Raihan. Raihan also lets me search for the Rapid Strike energy as well. And I can utilize the badge as well to not rely so much on Melanie as well, which is pretty fantastic. And then we want a couple Marnies. We want our research. And then we want our level ball, incense, and quick ball engine, along with Herballoon and scoop up nets, at least one of each. And then we want incense. We want boss. 7 spots. Pocket. Definitely want pocket. Why do I have so much space? Why do I have so much space? Could I play Cheryl in this? I could technically play Cheryl because of the Rapid Strike energies. That could be a cool inclusion. Like maybe a one-off Cheryl, just for like a specific weird situation. And then, do I want Path to a Peak here? Could play Energy Denial. 2 retreat costs, 2 retreat cost. I'm thinking about Path to the Peak. Path to a Peak, a 3rd batch. Maybe that's what I'll do, a 3rd batch and 2 Path to a Peaks. Doesn't seem bad at all. Right? Yeah, I'll do it. Why do I have so much space? Hey, Rapid Strike Gamer. Would you like me to play Frostmoth with Vaporeon? I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like I must be missing something obvious, but I don't know what. Put out water Pokemon. Why do I have so much space in this? I have my search, I have my supporters. I really don't know. Maybe I don't even need like 3 Melanie. I think 2 is enough because I do have these, right? And now I have 3 badges because research is just more reliable. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something obvious that I'll find out once I start playing, but I don't think I am. Octillery. Okay, so I mean, I could be playing Octillery, but Octillery searches for very few cards, right? These guys, which I have a ton of search for, and the energies, and that's it. And I don't even rely on the energies as much because I do have the badge, so I mean, I feel like it's another Pokemon that I need to set up, yes. I could have a 1-1 auxiliary over the 2 Path to the Peaks, absolutely. Just doesn't seem worth it. At 1-1, it's not as reliable. At 2-2, now that's a big commitment. And it's like, this is not Urshifu where you need to search for an energy each turn, right? There will be turns where I will not need to search for energy, so... coffee drink, thanks so much for the follow. So that's my logic, at least. Well, that's okay. We're gonna top deck a Quick Ball or a Vaporeon. And yes, coffee drink. Tailmon on Twitch. I've been streaming. I streamed quite a bit last... Wow, this is sad. I streamed quite a bit last month, and I'm trying to make this a regular thing. Yeah, especially with Brilliant Stars coming out very soon. I'm very excited about that, and I'm really hoping can make that happen. Yeah, so you should expect to see Tailmon streaming on Twitch much more often. Alright, now this is a hand I can play with. I absolutely don't think I need another Vaporeon right now, so I can just get my Sobble. I also priced 2 Sobbles, and then I have access to Drizzle. I can triple draw as well. I will be taking a hit though, but I also save the Zigzagoon. I think I'm better off not, because my opponent didn't do anything. Well, I mean, is taking 70 really that bad? It's not that bad, is it? I actually think it's worth it to just go for the triple draw here. Take 70, maybe 90 damage, and then I have a playable hand for sure. Can get Melanie, guarantee my attack, establish another Vaporeon. The Cheryl could come into play as well. Sorry, I got confused. Alright, so here we go. And it's okay if I don't do the full damage. Well, I'd rather do the full damage, obviously, because then I get to do way more. Okay, so I'm gonna search for Melanie here, I reckon. I have the energy in the discard pile, and then after I see what I get, I'll decide on the rest of what I'll do. And I don't need to do that much damage, but it would be nice. Alright, there's the Melanie. I have the Cheryl play now. I can also establish a Sobble into a Drizzle to search for the badge so that I can do the Cheryl play properly. Don't expect to get knocked out anytime soon, so right hand will be going away. I could search for the Zigzagoon too to do a lot of damage, but I think I'd rather just have the backup Vaporeon right now, especially since I haven't attached any energies. Alright, so max torrents, and we'll see. Let's see where this takes us. Like, my opponent must have something in their hand that they're holding, right? Maybe a Hyper Potion. We'll see. Another attachment. Is this just gonna be the win? Pokemon Center Lady. Okay, I need to do 10 more damage. Okay, I'm not getting the KO this turn. Yep, alright, they cleaned up their damage, so getting the Zigzagoon would have been worth it. Can I do 250 this turn? I don't think I can, right? I would need quick shooting, Zigzagoon, yeah, I definitely cannot do that. What I can do is heal with Cheryl, so I'll make sure I can search for a badge. Yep, there's the badge. I could just retreat as well, and I guess I could have evolved, retreated, and attacked with that guy. So this is unnecessarily fancy, actually. Unnecessarily fancy. We'll go ahead and Cheryl. And we'll attach this, we'll do this, and now I'll do the 10 damage. Why would it make me choose a Pokemon? There's literally only one Pokemon. Alright, so Vaporeon might be a 1-gamer, depending on what my opponent does right here. We might see a concession, we might see a lot of healing as well, that's also possible. But now we actually have a win condition with double quick shooting plus a scoop up net. Unlikely off of a Marnie, but possible. To see a suspicious foot tin can. There's some healing. Hyper potion, I'm guessing. Okay, they must have something in their hand, right? They're not playing any cards. Yep, there's a hyper potion. Okay. Alrighty. I'm still confident though that I'll be getting the win here, given my opponent hasn't done anything at all. So they'll do a little bit of damage. They'll end up attaching. If I were my opponent, I would attach both lucky energies, so they get to draw 2 extra cards plus their top deck. Yeah, both luckies and the powerful. That makes all the sense in the world. And definitely want to grab this, grab the water, attach it here. And unfortunately, I'm gonna go Marnie, but there is a chance I just outright win. Oof, almost. One quick shooting dude away from winning. I do want to thin as much as possible and increase the chances that I top deck something good next turn as much as I can. So close. And we'll go ahead and max turrets. Alright. I'm less confident now. Can my opponent KO me though? 1, 2, 3, that's 4, that's 120, 130, 150, 170. So nowhere near close to KOing me. Even with another energy, yep. So what are they going to do here? Oh, you're right, Victor, you're right. It did ask me if I wanted to use the ability rather than which Pokemon. You're correct. I didn't bother reading. I made an assumption. Well, there's the game. My opponent wasn't able to fully heal. He just wanted to do the damage, and I expect a concession right here. But that will be the game. GG. Alright, so Vaporeon joins the one gamer, and therefore we will play at least one more game, maybe a couple, to showcase the deck a little bit more, and then we will be moving on to Glaceon V-Max, which should be a much bigger challenge than Vaporeon, right? It's not single or rapid strike. Powering it up is not as straightforward. It's just gonna be a little bit more difficult overall. Alrighty. Right. Okay, so decent start. Not the best, but at least we get to research after, I guess. Okay. Definitely want to set up a Sobble right here. And we are up against our weakness, but in a perfect situation, I could KO the Jolteon V next turn. So that would be good, right? Very good, especially if my opponent commits to attacking the active. I need Badge and Rapid Strike Energy. Yep, that one. I need that one. Can I borrow it for a second? Glaceon V-Max is a good card. It is a good card, but it's just underwhelming overall. Yeah. Alright, we get Marnie out of our current hand, which might help us perhaps in achieving the KO. Never mind, now we're dead drawing. Darn it. Darn it, stupid Marnie. Stupid Marnie. Top deck research? Nope. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. I clearly cannot win this one. So let's play another one, where we can actually get to showcase a deck beyond getting trapped by Barney. But yeah, Glaceon V-Max is a good card, but the fact that a Genesect V powered up in the Mew VMAX matchup, which is not difficult to do, immediately counters you, is not good news, right? That makes it completely unviable. It is a good card as a standalone card, but it is just not a good card in today's metagame. Alright. Hey Fercho, how are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. Alright. Nice coin and sleeves. And we seem to be up against, I'd imagine, Rapid Strike Urshifu. We have an okay hand. We can actually attack on turn 1 with Splash Jump, which is very nice. Not quite, Rapid Strike Gamer. There are a lot of decks being utilized right now, such as Duraludon VMAX, Jolteon, Seijan Zamazenta, Gengar VMAX, Sable IP, all of those decks. Like, people who play in online tournaments, the metagame is not 100% Mew. Yeah. Absolutely, Mew is by far the best deck. Not by far, but Mew VMAX is definitely the best deck. Just saying, there are ways to counter it, there are ways to slow it down. Alright, double Soul. The opponent has already taken 2 minutes though for his setup, so I think he might have disconnected. Sending passive aggressive hellos to make him hurry up. Okay, we get a turn 1 knockout on the Sobble, which is nice. The attack does force me to switch out though, which is not ideal, but that's okay. I don't think I'll have a chance to boss next turn, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Not super happy about it, but that's okay. Then I have double Drizzle, and there's a Splash Jump. Nice. Turn 1 KO, never a bad thing. Apply pressure. My opponent not doing much. We are good to go. So like that immediately sets my opponent a turn behind, and that means I'll be going ahead 2 prizes before they even get to do anything at all. Oh, it is actually Sandaconda. It is not, wow, nice top deck. It is not, wow, it is actually not Rapid Strike Urshifu, so the VMAX challenge making an appearance right here. The VMAX challenge making an appearance. Alright, so I'm gonna grab you. And then I don't even think I'm gonna bother with the instance here. I'd rather have that Sobble available for afterwards. Yeah, this is looking very nice. Very nice. And there's the win, yeah. There's the win. Oh, that's you, Pokemon Pika Lord. Hey. Hey, GG. That was definitely a picture perfect start for me. Can't complain at all. GG. I didn't know that was you. Alright. I'll accept it after I'm done. Okay. Decent start. Could be better, but decent. Ooh, okay, so we're up against Gengar, which is a little scary for sure. So, yeah. Path to the peak could stop my opponents. But I think, like, my opponent's Crobat, but I think based on what I have in my hand right now, I think I can't afford to do that. So my opponent could easily knock out Vaporeon next turn. So I'm going to set up 2 Sobbles. I'm going to keep this Quick Ball. So yeah, if I Quick Ball away this energy, I'm in a lot of trouble, I feel. I'd rather have the guaranteed attack next turn potentially. So assuming the worst, Sobble goes down, they have the counter to the path anyways. Sobble goes down and I bring up Vaporeon and hits, and then they probably want to KO me back. There's an attachment, there's the Crobats, which they would have been able to access. Interesting that they didn't use Houndoom before drawing the cards. If they're looking for a boss to just knock out my Vaporeon, that is definitely a mistake. And yes, hey FPosca, thanks so much for being here. I do only need 1 win for every deck, but people have mentioned on YouTube at least that it's really boring to just see like a 2-minute game where I donk my opponent turn 3 and that's it, you know? So I'm just doing this to showcase the deck a little bit more, but this will be the last game, whether I win or lose, yeah? I do only require 1 win. I'm just doing this. If the win wasn't very interesting, then I'm doing this in order to showcase the deck just a little bit more, yeah? Or, as Charlotte explained, if we get 3 subs during the deck showcase, then, yeah, exactly, for the content, then I will go ahead and play more, yeah? Like, every 3 subs adds a win to the deck. But this will be the last game for Vaporeon for sure. Alright, so 250, 70, 90. They do need all 4 single strike energies committed to this Gengar. Very nice top deck. Not very nice, but pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and research. And so I'll go ahead and evolve. I really don't want to whiff energy here, so I'm gonna commit this energy. And I did find this guy, which is great. I also found this to get Melanie, which is also good. And I can use this to thin to increase my top deck potential, and then we'll max start. So best case scenario, we don't get KO'd. Second worst case scenario is we have to Melanie and hope we find the VAPOREON VMAX afterwards. And I don't have a water attached actually, so I can't even Melanie. So never mind. Never mind. Okay, they commit the energy to the bench. I am okay with that. That means my Vaporeon is safe. They commit the other energy to the bench. That means my Vaporeon is safe, and we get Marnie out of the energies, but that's okay. So in the 3 price trades, as long as I don't bench a 2 pricer, I should potentially have the advantage, right? There's my other Vaporeon, there's the Drizzle for another research, so we're good to go. Yeah, we are good to go. And we're also shuffling the deck as well. So for example, this game, it's a little closer, it's potentially nicer, so... Okay, now this is how my opponent turns the tides. If they knock out the Vaporeon, yep, that is how they will. Okay, so now my plan is Cheryl. Now the way I win this game is through utilizing Cheryl. I tank a hit from the Umbreon, and then I Cheryl back. I mean, yeah, tank a hit, Cheryl, heal, and then attack back. That's the plan. That is the new plan in order to win the game. It's the only plan really to win the game at this point. But yeah, as I mentioned, like this win is a lot more interactive than the win I got against Lacey, where my opponent basically did nothing. Okay, that's a pretty good top deck. Let's grab the VMAX to thin. We won't be setting up on our VMAX. We do have access to Cheryl, so that is exactly what we need. It's Cheryl and only Cheryl here. And for Cheryl to work, oh my gosh, I priced my other two Rapid Strike energies, which means starting with those two was very lucky, but that also means getting it off of the price cards will also be pretty easy, I think. And I'm choosing to do that just so that I have access to more drizzles. You know, the more drizzles, the better. I mean, Cheryl attach an energy, and we'll take a knockout. I already have the Cheryl in hand. As long as I don't get Marnied, I should be fine. I do need a Rapid Strike energy off of my prize cards, though. That is not a Rapid Strike energy. That is a Rapid Strike energy, perfect. And that is 2 Rapid Strike energies, okay. So now I need to not get Marnied, please. There's 2 Marnies down. 2 Marnies down. Yeah, because if I do get Marnied, the Rapid Strike energies will be at the bottom of the deck, and I will have no way to access them. So if I get Marnied, I'm gonna have to retreat and hope. There's the energy, there's an urn. Please no Marnie. Pretty please. Bonus energies do not matter. Okay, so like for example this, they're just using their ability because they can, not because they need to. It doesn't make sense to do that at that point. Like they get no benefit out of it other than limiting the amount of damage that they can do. Okay, they discarded a Marnie. They did have the Marnie, but they discarded it. Which, like, looking at my humongous hand size, unless they had another Marnie, like, why wouldn't you Marnie here? Why wouldn't you limit your opponent's options? They had both Marnies in their hand. Wow. Talk about a throw. Talk about a throw. Like, what was the point of research? Why were they search? They didn't need anything other than a boss. That's it. That's all they needed. So my opponent literally threw the game away. Even if you don't know that your opponent is playing Cheryl, that is no excuse whatsoever. Like, that was a horrible, horrible play by my opponent. All right. So nice Cheryl. Nice Cheryl plays came into play in both this win and the first win with Blissey. But this is just me like taking advantage over my opponent's bad choices, honestly. Very bad choices. And that's it. Now they can't Marnie me, so I have access to boss and I just win. And that's it. Wherever the Umbreon goes, it's gonna get taken out. And if Umbreon's not attacking, there's literally nothing attacking me. It could be the Umbreon, I mean the Houndoom, but 90 damage plus whatever this thing is doing is just not quite enough to get the KO. They are going to retreat, I guess, or switch out, that's fine. But we have the boss, so no chance. No chance at all. How to throw a game. They did the right play, which was target down the Vaporeon on the bench, and then they messed it up by not using Marnie on my 9 guard hand. Doesn't make sense at all. Alright. VMAX number 53 is done. We will be moving on to Glaceon V-Max. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching live with me on Twitch, I will be back in just a second.